Hi and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm talking about a hot topic and why the US are leaving in record numbers, and is the UK better?
Americans are thinking about moving abroad. That's according to a recent Harris poll, 42%.
A record number of Americans are trying to flee Trump's America.
Thousands of Americans are planning to pack their bags and move abroad.
It seems to me that a lot of Americans are leaving the country and they're trying to seek English-speaking countries to live in, and UK comes up to the top of the list. And I've lived in both countries. I have a unique perspective on living in the UK and living in the USA since I've lived in both countries. I've lived in the USA now for about, I don't know, nearly 20 years, maybe a little bit less, but I live in Oregon. I love it. I love things about England that I don't think we have as good here in America, and then vice versa. So anyway, I've got 10 categories, and number one category on my list is vacation time, holiday pay. And when I first moved here, I basically got, like, you get 10 days vacation, which I thought was a joke at first. I was like, oh my gosh, 10 days is nothing. And now I'm gonna have to like use my entire vacation to go visit my family every year, which kind of was a bummer. But in England, you get 28 days. And what happened for me was January would come around and I'd basically just like plan out my year. Like I'd be like, I'll have a weekend here, I'll have a week here or 2 weeks here, and a long weekend here, and it was so awesome. And then Easter holiday, like the Easter break, that was extra, so you have bank holidays too. And so on Easter, which was amazing, you would have Easter, Good Friday off on Easter, you'd have Good Friday off, and then you'd have Easter Monday, so you'd have Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday off. Everyone would go to the pub on Thursdays, and it was like starting to be the good weather again, because, you know, we don't have such great weather, and it was just amazing. So definitely, hands down, UK wins on vacation time and holiday time. Number two on my list is salaries and pay. So the pay in America is far better, and you get far more money than you do in England. Most fields, at least, I've seen. Like, I would never be where I am today if it wasn't for moving, and so hands down America wins for pay. So number three on my list is healthcare. So healthcare is very controversial, and in America you obviously most of the time you kind of need to keep your job to keep the healthcare coverage. But in England, like, healthcare is free, it's not tied to your job, so you can like move jobs whenever you want, and it doesn't seem like such a big deal. And healthcare is free. You do have to pay for prescriptions, which isn't very much, but the quality of the healthcare isn't always as great as America, because like America you get like your own ward, your own room instead of a ward. Like if you get surgery in England, you usually have a ward, and there's like about 5 other people or whatever in there. And sometimes you're on a waiting list to get surgery even. Like, you could be on like a whole year waiting list. I know a family member of mine, he had to wait for a whole year to get like not a transplant, but it was like just some kind of pacemaker or something. And then my boss over here in the USA, he basically got in the next day and got his done. But like, I don't know what his bill was or if he had one. I just know the quality and the speediness of it is better in America, but then you might end up with all these bills later down the line. Like, you could get like a bill for the anesthesiologist is separate than another bill from some doctor, and you just get all these bills. And sometimes, like, if you have cancer or something, it's a little bit stressful to think about all these bills that you have to pay. And a lot of people I've known won't even get an ambulance in. They need to, because they don't want to pay the bill, because they know they're going to be like bankrupt after. So you can have, so I don't really know what to say here, like which one wins, because the care, like the services in America are really top notch versus the England ones, but you have to pay a lot and it's tied to your job, so it's hard to say. So I guess I let you guys decide on this one. Which do you prefer? I do think America could do things a lot better, but it is what it is, and that's that. So I don't know what to say about it. You guys pick and let me know in the comments below what you think. I'd be interested to hear. Number 4 on my list is food quality. So in America, you can add like all these additives that you are not allowed in England to add. And so when I went back for like I went back for 6 months. I didn't realise before, but like since I've been in America and then I go back to England, like the quality of the food is better in England. Like if you get like a fresh chicken or fresh eggs, you can taste the quality. It tastes better, and really mainly I think it's to do with all the additives and stuff, because there's so many additives that in England are banned that aren't banned in America. So the food quality is better, and it just is. But I will say, if you go to McDonald's in England, it's really not the same. Like America's McDonald's is so much yummier because it has all these additives and it just makes it more addictive or something, because I have it in England and I think, oh, I don't really like it, so I don't really want it, which I think is quite funny. So England wins on the food quality. So number 5, food costs. I figured I'd keep with food because like grocery costs in England, like when I first moved to America, I felt like everything was cheaper than it was in England. But now I go back to England and it's different. It's the opposite. It's weird. Like the food cost in England is really reasonable. Like it's really good. Like you can go and get like fresh quality food in America and it costs quite a lot of money. But you go to England and the fresh, good quality food, like the healthy food, is actually really reasonable. It's the bad food that isn't. So you can actually get your grocery bill down to like less than £50 a week, and you can really get some good stuff, like good steaks and everything. So definitely hands down, food cost wins in England right now, at least. I'm not sure it did 20 years ago. I think America won, but it definitely has changed. There's been a big flip, and England's cost, like when I was there for 6 months, I really didn't pay that much for food. Number 6 is gas and petrol costs. In America, it's definitely a heck of a lot cheaper than England. It costs so much money in England that you barely want to drive, which you don't drive as much anyway because it's, you know, a lot, the distances aren't as far. But America wins, hands down, no question, and that is that. Number 7 category is a very odd one. I don't know why I picked it, I just thought it was funny. So when you go for interviews in England, if you did the same as what you'd have to do in America, you'd never get the job. So in America, you have to be like really braggy, like I've done this and I've got all this under the belt and I've accomplished this, and be kind of braggy and just really go all out and tell them what you have experience-wise and everything. But if you did that in England, like the way that you have to do it here in the USA, you would definitely not get the job. They wouldn't hire you because they would think, oh, that woman's a right big head, I don't want her, she thinks she's all that, you know. So it's just by far a different experience. Like I find it strange being a big bragger, but I think you have to get the job over here. It's kind of strange. So I don't know who wins on that one. You pick, that's up to you again, but I know which one I prefer. So number 8 on my list is the sugar tax in England versus unlimited soda in America. So if you order a soda in America, most of the time you get unlimited refills, and that's kind of cool, right? You can get a giant drink and have another giant drink that you don't really need, but you can have it and it's unlimited, which is awesome. In England, there's a massive sugar tax, so when you get a drink, you don't usually get unlimited drinks. It's kind of rare to get that, to be honest. And usually, lately, it seems, at least when I went out to eat in England, wine and beer and stuff is cheaper than bloody getting a soda, so you end up just drinking instead, because why not? It's cheaper. So I'm not sure which one's better. Do you like unlimited refills, or do you like, I don't know, it's a hard one. You can get alcohol or unlimited refills in America, so you pick. Number 9 on my list is parties and weddings. So in America, what I've noticed is most weddings finish like kind of early, like 11. Like you have a wedding and then you have the party afterwards and it's like over with pretty early. But if you're in England, I've never had a party not finished before 2 a.m. in the morning, which is crazy, I know, but it's kind of fun, right? Like we go all out, you get all the drinks for free, everything. It's like 4 weddings and a funeral. It really is all out. They go all out. And it's not even like they spend that much money on the wedding. They just spend a lot on the drinks and the party. And I've noticed that the parties are better in England, especially Christmas parties, I think. But maybe I just haven't been to the really cool ones in America. I don't know. But I've definitely been to loads of them and they've never been as good. So, hands down, England wins because we don't care about making a fool of ourselves. we just do it like it's nothing. Number 10, and this is a big category for anyone that lives in England, the weather. So, the weather. You could take 2 weeks off of your vacation time, your holiday, I mean, in England, and just have 2 weeks off in the summer, like in August, and you're like, I'm going to have 2 weeks off and just do day trips or something, and it could rain the entire 2 weeks, which is a nightmare. So then, and then over here, if you had 2 weeks, which you don't, you only have like, well, you do have like 10 days vacation, so I guess you do have 2 weeks. If you use them on day trips here, you definitely, in the USA, you definitely be okay, because the weather in Oregon, at least, in the summer is absolutely brilliant. I always love it. So I feel like there's no doubt in my mind that USA wins for the weather. So that is it. Let's see what the tally is. The results are in and UK wins. Let me know if you're going to move to the UK, or if you're looking for another country to move to, or if you just love the USA. Either way, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you, and I hope to see you on the next video. So I've been talking to a fellow YouTuber recently, and she is from the USA, but she's currently living in the UK, and she's lived there for about 20 years, just like me, but opposite. So if you want to check out her channel, find out how it is in the UK, then I'm going to leave it in the comments below. Her name is Lisa, and I'll definitely leave a link to her channel. See you in the next one.